This is your family's first and most important line of defense against Mother Nature. When she strikes, make sure you call the people that I trust, my family and friends at Exterior Home Solutions.
Brent Hubbs, Eric Kane here for the Volquest.com 2-minute drill presented by our good friends at Exterior Home Solutions. Be sure and check them out. We thank them for their continued support. Tennessee back out on the practice field ahead of a Thursday night scrimmage, the second and final major scrimmage, Eric, of the spring for Tennessee. Wednesday was a lot about special teams on the practice field, kind of cleaning up some things, not a ton of contact because it's all a focus on Thursday night.
Yeah, trying to be as prepared as possible for that scrimmage on Thursday night. And it's not like they weren't getting after it. They were still running around. They were in shells, so no contact to the ground. But a lot of walkthrough, run recognition, making sure that they know where to be, they know the responsibilities, so they can go and try to show out any scrimmage setting and kind of move on from there. So getting after it, but obviously it's kind of winding down this portion of spring practice, but a big opportunity tomorrow night.
Yeah, and one of the rooms that has the most competition where you got to take advantage of every opportunity you get is that receiver group.
Yeah.
Interesting group. You got a veteran in Squirrel White. Then you got Dante Thornton, who's carrying himself very differently than he ever has at Tennessee. And then the newcomer in Chris Brazel, who I think has gotten everybody's attention.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the most intriguing things about spring, because it was kind of one of those they kind of brought in Dante Thornton's replacement. At least it would have felt like in the transfer portal, and Thornton has come on and arguably had a better spring than anybody. He's bigger, he's more confident. I think the offense and the game has slowed down for him a little bit. He's made a lot of plays out here behind us, and so that's been great to see for Tennessee. And I think Brazel, slow start, but he's starting to come around. I know you, me, and Austin have all kind of said he looks much better as the weeks kind of go on. And the young guys, every time you talk to somebody, they can't get Mike Matthews or Braylon Staley's name out of their mouth. And even, Caleb Webb and Ches Nimrod are carrying themselves like veterans. So this receiver room, a lot of names, a lot of bodies, feel like it's a healthy competition. And that's something that the guys kind of pointed out today.
Yeah, Kelsey Pope saying today that they have gone with basically 8 different groups through 8 practices in terms of who's running first team, second team, who's on the right side, who's on the left side. Lots of different things that they're looking for and competing. And one of his biggest challenges, Eric, to the receiving corps is all about physicality, because he made it very clear, you don't get any breaks in this league, right?
Yeah, he said, going back and watching tape, he didn't know if they got called for one pass interference against them. And so that's just, you got to assume you're not going to get it. You got to assume the break's not going to go your way. So you have to create your own breaks and physicality and blocking in the run game and all that type of stuff, and embracing that in practice and out here, during these days when the kickoff's not for 4 or 5 months away, embracing it, owning it, and kind of making that your mantra. I think Kelsey Pope's been really impressed with kind of what he's seen so far from his group. And again, I think it's one of the more interesting storylines of spring, because theoretically you could put 6 guys out there and you feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, and you know that they haven't rotated nearly that many bodies during their time at Tennessee. Long, athletic, highly competitive. Better not take a day off in that room. That's why Thursday night's important for a lot of guys on this football team, but it's certainly a big evening for the Tennessee wide receivers. That's going to do it for this edition of the Exterior Home Solutions Volquest.com 2-minute drill. He is Eric Kane. I'm Brent Hubbs.